Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, the results just don't match the effort you put in? Perhaps you've experienced the frustration of striving for success, only to feel like you're stuck in place. Maybe you've wondered why some people seem to effortlessly achieve what they set out to do, while you're left feeling like you're always falling short. We often look outward, blaming luck, timing, or circumstances for our struggles. But the truth is, what holds us back from achieving greatness doesn't come from external forces. It comes from within. The lack of discipline is what prevents us from reaching our full potential. Stoicism, a philosophy that has endured for thousands of years, offers timeless wisdom on this very issue. It teaches us that every great accomplishment begins with small, consistent actions and an unwavering commitment to discipline. Discipline is not merely a tool or a nice-to-have. It's the bridge that connects our desires with the outcomes we wish to achieve. It's not a rare quality reserved for a select few. In fact, discipline is something anyone can cultivate, and it is, in many ways, the key to mastering one's life. What follows is not just abstract theory, but practical lessons that can change your life. These lessons are grounded in real-world experiences and centuries of Stoic thought. They've been tested, refined, and proven to transform not only the lives of Stoics throughout history, but also those who have applied them in the modern world. So, pay close attention. This isn't something to gloss over. The life you've always dreamed of can begin today. All it takes is the realization that discipline is everything. Let's embark on this journey together. 1. Learn and grow through self-education. As you journey through life, you'll begin to see that growth doesn't come from random chance or the fleeting strokes of good luck. It comes from the continuous and deliberate pursuit of knowledge. Stoicism teaches us that discipline isn't just the bedrock of success, it's the foundation for all personal growth. Without discipline, every effort we make toward progress will eventually fizzle out, like waves dissipating against the shore. Epictetus famously said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." This simple yet profound statement reminds us that the path to growth begins with humility. To truly evolve, we must first acknowledge that there is always something more to learn. The key to mastering your life lies not in resting on the knowledge you already have, but in the constant pursuit of further understanding. Self-education is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. It requires dedication, the discipline to set aside time for learning, and the willingness to admit when you don't have all the answers. Every great philosopher, scientist, and leader who has left a lasting legacy didn't stop learning once they achieved a certain level of expertise. They kept growing, often in unexpected ways. When you commit to learning every day, no matter how small the lesson, you're building a solid foundation for personal transformation. This is why discipline is so vital. Without it, even the most important lessons will be forgotten, and you'll remain stagnant. But when discipline is at the core of your actions, learning becomes a daily habit, and growth becomes inevitable. 2. Master your emotions. In the pursuit of discipline, one of the most powerful tools you can develop is emotional mastery. Stoicism teaches that our emotions should not control us. In fact, Stoics believe that emotional reactions are often the result of unchecked desires or irrational beliefs about the world. When we let our emotions run unchecked, we often make poor decisions that derail our progress. Imagine a situation where you're confronted with an obstacle, a challenge that tests your patience or your resolve. If you allow frustration, anger, or fear to dictate your response, you may act impulsively, making choices that don't serve your greater purpose. But if you apply the discipline of emotional control, you can pause, reflect, and respond in a way that aligns with your long-term goals. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic emperors, wrote in his Meditations, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. His words underscore the Stoic belief that while we can't control external circumstances, we can always choose how we react to them. Emotional discipline isn't about suppressing feelings or pretending they don't exist. It's about recognizing them, understanding them, and making a conscious choice about how we respond. This kind of emotional control isn't developed overnight. It requires consistent effort and the ability to reflect on your emotions regularly. When you begin to master your emotions, you gain a newfound clarity that allows you to make decisions that are aligned with your values and long-term objectives. This is why discipline is essential, not only in achieving your goals, but in maintaining the mental clarity and calm needed to navigate life's inevitable challenges. 3. Build consistency over time. In a world that prizes instant gratification, the idea of consistency may seem outdated, even old-fashioned. But Stoicism teaches us that true growth, whether personal, professional, or spiritual, takes time. In the same way that a seed doesn't instantly grow into a tree, our efforts must be sustained over time in order to bear fruit. The discipline of consistency is not about doing something perfectly every time. It's about doing it consistently, even when motivation wanes or external circumstances aren't ideal. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Often we get discouraged by the sheer length of time it takes to see results. The key is not to be discouraged by temporary setbacks, but to keep pushing forward with disciplined consistency. Building consistency requires setting clear goals and making incremental progress every day. It means establishing routines that prioritize the most important tasks, even when those tasks feel small or insignificant. Over time, these small actions compound, and you begin to see the results of your efforts. But without the discipline to maintain those small actions day after day, those results will always remain out of reach. 4. Develop resilience in the face of adversity. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is that adversity is an inevitable part of life. The Stoics didn't shy away from challenges, they embraced them, knowing that they were essential to growth. The discipline to face adversity head-on without losing your resolve is a crucial aspect of Stoic practice. In the midst of hardship, it's easy to feel defeated. Life has a way of throwing obstacles in our path, often when we least expect it. But rather than viewing these challenges as setbacks, Stoicism teaches us to view them as opportunities for growth. Every struggle, every difficulty is a chance to build strength, to practice discipline, and to develop resilience. Epictetus famously said, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." When faced with adversity, we are presented with a choice. We can either succumb to despair and give up, or we can rise to the occasion, using discipline as our guide. It is through the practice of enduring hardship with grace and perseverance that we strengthen our inner fortitude. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties. It's about developing the ability to navigate them with the calm, focus, and strength that come from a disciplined mind. When you make resilience a part of your daily practice, you'll find that life's obstacles become less daunting and that you have the strength to endure whatever comes your way. 5. Control what you can, accept what you cannot. A vital principle of Stoic philosophy is the idea of focusing on what's within your control and letting go of what is not. Discipline requires that you discern between the two and direct your energy accordingly. Worrying about things you cannot change is not only unproductive, it's a drain on your resources. The Stoics believed that we should focus on our actions, thoughts, and responses, all of which are within our control. Beyond that, we must learn to accept that certain things will always lie beyond our influence. By training yourself to focus on what you can control and letting go of the rest, you'll cultivate an inner peace that can weather any storm. This practice of control and acceptance is essential for maintaining mental clarity and emotional balance. By exercising discipline in your focus, you prevent yourself from being distracted by the endless noise of things outside your control. Instead, you turn your attention to what matters most: the choices you make and the actions you take. Conclusion: the power of discipline. In the end, everything comes down to this: discipline is everything. It is the bedrock on which all success is built, the force that propels us forward in the face of adversity, and the key to mastering our lives. Without discipline, our desires will remain unfulfilled, our goals unattained, and our potential untapped. The Stoics knew this, so take a moment to reflect on your own life. What areas can you strengthen with discipline? What small actions can you begin taking today to move closer to the life you desire? Remember, discipline is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And it's available to you right now, the moment you choose to embrace it.